I got it on. Yeah. We live?
Yep.
On field now to the national team. So wins it 33-18. You watch this though, so you know the outcome. The celebration is what's been crazy. What's been happening here, Brownie? Tell them. There have been people jumping the wall, Georgia fans, and getting arrested one by one. But the first guy we saw pulled out was like 58, 60 years old.
A lot of gray hair.
Yeah. So the first Georgia fan to jump the wall, I joked, was a sophomore in college, and he did it back in 1980 in the Sugar Bowl and got arrested too. He waited all this time to get arrested again.
And then some families sent their kid out.
I know.
I couldn't believe that.
They didn't arrest him
No,
though.
the police were very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
back him up. But congratulations to the Bulls. Your national champion, the first one since 1980. We got to see Vince Dooley back in the tunnel a little bit. The head coach back then, Vince, on a golf cart being taken from the stadium tonight with a smile on his face. So joy everywhere in Dogland tonight. Many of them are still here. Part of our coverage tonight being brought to you by the great folks at the Johnson RV Center, johnsonrvcenters.com.
Yeah, Johnson RV Center, 2 great locations, I-65, exit 304 in Pullman, exit 334 in Decatur. You can see everything online. johnsonrvcenter.com. That's johnsonrvcenter.com. So Georgia gets the win. Georgia gets the national championship. You mentioned it. They break a curse that goes back to 1980.
It did, and there were moments in the game to hang around and keep haunting Georgia. Stetson Bennett was being terrorized by the Alabama defense for most of the night. But when they fell behind their late, they put it in Stetson Bennett's hand to drive down the field. And that's when that offense clicked, when they said, forget that run game on that one drive. Pass, pass interference, pass, touchdown.
Yeah, the backbreaker was the free play, obviously, where you've got Alabama offside. He throws it deep in the corner of the end zone over there for the touchdown. And that's the backbreaker for Alabama there. You gave him a free play, and you got to give Stetson Bennett credit for, he's a heads-up quarterback. He knows I got a free play. I got a one-on-one jump ball out there. I'm going to throw it up and see what happens. And it was a touchdown. And the game felt like it was over at that point.
Give me a couple of comments here in our comment section. What is Blake saying there?
Come on now, Blake. Why can I not have Blake? There we go. Need the Doro Explorer commercial. Georgia, what took you so long?
A lot of those jokes out there.
Riley on YouTube says it's just pain. A lot of pain for Riley.
Yeah, I wonder how Auburn fans are feeling tonight, because we saw the SEC folks, the conference office folks, they were very happy pregame because they knew they were going to win tonight.
Right.
Auburn fans we talked to were like, man, we sort of want Alabama to win so we don't have your Georgia fans after their first one. So bad case scenario there. Alabama loses, and in a way Auburn fans loses too.
That's right. So those are to give us some more comments, and we'll throw those up there.
Let's start with Alabama's defense and how you thought they played in this contest.
For most of the game, I thought they were fantastic. They finally broke on the long run, and then Georgia got the touchdown right here. And that was for the block punt. Or the excuse me. So that felt like the turning point of the game. Georgia breaks the long run. That was really the first big home run play Alabama had given up. You had the long pass to Pickens, but that one, one pass really led to a field goal. That led to a touchdown.
I mean, take the last pick six off. Take that last one off. So 24 points, right? That's what it would have been without the last pick six. So 24 points. Me, if you tell me you hold Georgia to 24, I would take that from the defense all night long. And you would expect
26, it was 26-16.
Whatever, 26. Yeah. You would expect to score 27 if you're Alabama's offense.
Well,
and they didn't do that tonight.
Well, you could not. There's no way, obviously, you could predict losing Jamison Williams. I mean, Alabama was basically relegated to throwing the football to a bunch of guys that had spent a lot of the season complaining they weren't getting the ball thrown to them on social media. that's kind of what Alabama was relegated to there during that game.
Yeah. In fact, I expect here's the anthem for the Georgia Little Band.
Still celebrating there. I mean, gosh,
I was waiting for the next verse. I love the next verse.
Yeah, it's the same verse as the first verse.
I know. But where's the horns? Yeah. No, I think one or two of the guys who are being called on to win a national champion made the portal before the week over.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Jimmy and John Mechie are headed to the NFL. Sure, any one of those guys, Ajay Hall, Trayshawn Holden. If you're at JoJo Earl really didn't make a huge impact. All he did was return kicks. But if you're any one of those guys, I think you look at it and say, look, I see that I've got an opportunity now to play. I see what this could be like next year. I don't know. Maybe they hit the portal, maybe not.
Yeah. Not a lot of weapons for Alabama there at the end, and kept losing them as the season went on, and it finally caught up with them tonight. Show being brought to you by the great folks. Continue on live on the next round postgame coverage from the Lucas Oil Stadium.
That is right. Wayne's is who we trust for our pest control, our termite control, our yard service as well. And now they have Smart Pest. What Smart Pest does is it is a 24/7 monitoring system that monitors your attic, your crawl space, the places you don't want to go for rodents. And they proactively take care of those for you so you don't have to. 866-WAYNES-1. 866-WAYNES-1. If you're signing up for that Smart Pest, mention TNR, code TNR for the next round, and get $60 off your first.
A couple of big runs, right? Those couple of big runs on that one drive that I think led to a field goal, maybe.
Yep. I don't think there's any doubt. Georgia was able to run it, or Stetson Bennett was able to throw it for. That was Alabama's game plan early on, and they did it very, very well. They limited Georgia's run. Really, Georgia came out and had a couple good runs to start the second half, and then Alabama clamped down. It was really that big run by Zeus White, Zamir White or Cook, that
Cook maybe.
Yeah, they kind of broke the run game open. Yeah, but then you're right. Once they're able to run the ball like that, that really makes Stetson Bennett so much better.
The Empire State Building is in red and black right now, we're told. And then they'll light up the sky, and then it'll stay that way for 30 minutes. So congratulations to Georgia fans who are in New York City tonight.
It wasn't even built the last time Georgia won a national.
That's not true. That is not a true fact right there. All right, give me something. Give me about Culver. We saw the Culvers folks earlier.
That's right.
Today
They were at the game. They were here at the game, and it's a great Birmingham family that owns and operates Culver's. Two great Birmingham locations soon right now. 459 and 150 Stadium Trace near the Hoover Mat, coming soon to Tattersall Park, Highway 280 and 1. Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
Okay, so for Smart, he's a national championship. He keeps recruiting well, but a lot of people who question Kirby, including us in our show, conservative at times, opened it up when he had to get that one drive tonight. And though this team made a lot of mistakes that I thought was going to cost them the game and give Alabama a chance to win, he's survived. He's a national champion now, and Vince Dooley's the last guy to do that. So Kirby's now in some rare air.
Well, I mean, Georgia has been waiting for this, it seems, forever. There's an entire generation of Georgia fans that have waited for this. So yeah, Kirby Smart is the most popular man in the state of Georgia, maybe behind Freddie Freeman or Brian Snitker or somebody like that. I mean,
Matt Shitka, this will be bigger than the Braves.
And I believe that too. I mean, I think the Braves are a big deal, but you look around this stadium tonight, these fans have waited their entire life for this.
Yeah.
And at least the Braves had won one in 95. And as heartbreaking as the Braves were, they were in the World Series time and been here. So I do think in the borders of the state of Georgia, as you said, from Savannah to Dahlonega, this will resonate more than really anything they've ever done. Had the Falcons held on and won that Super Bowl that they blew, this would be bigger than that.
Hey, and give Kirby some credit. He came up with the quote he had to come up with on the stage that'll last forever. There's going to be some property destroyed in Indianapolis tonight. that from Kirby Smart a few moments ago. Part of our show being brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services here. Thank you for allowing us to go on the road with our new venture.
Absolutely. If it doesn't run right, flow right, drain right, or flush right, when disaster strikes, call our guys Adam and Chad at Hemp Hill Services. 229-2090, 229-2090. Everything that doesn't run right, flow right, drain right, flush right, Adam and Chad can help you out and get you out of that bind quick. 229-2090 for Hemp Hill Services.
All right, a lot of happy Georgia fans, some of the family and friends there coming by. I really think that's Kirby's family right here that's about to walk by, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's like we're doing a parade.
That's right.
I think this may be Santa walking by.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Congratulations.
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 Yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
So happy.
I'm sure you are.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Big dog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes,
Got it, sir.
Yeah. How old do you feel?
Yeah, I'm old.
To give you a good yes, sir.
Yeah, how about that? Georgia fans are happy. How nice are we, though? We're like a welcoming
I
party.
know.
Yeah.
Laid back, all the TV people are pissed that they're walking behind them. We don't.
I just read her lips. She said, "Hey, man, the Sonic guys are over there."
Troy, let us go to T. Lee Cook. The Georgia D was crazy.
They were.
Yeah, fantastic game. Now look, I mean, Bryce Young, I thought had a spectacular game. Bryce Young was really, really good. He had the 2 interceptions. One of them didn't really matter. The one at the end, they're trying to make something happen deep with a minute on the clock. So, those are bad interceptions, obviously, but I think somewhat forgivable. Alabama erased the first one. When you consider he was playing without Mechie and Jamison Williams, I thought you got about everything you could ask out of Bryce Young. But I do agree that Georgia defense was very, very good.
Sure. I mean, you got better play from Jordan Davis tonight. Here's a factor, especially at times stopping the run up the middle. The secondary I thought played really, really well, especially when Jamison was out. So congratulations to that Georgia defense. And now Dan Lanning goes off to Oregon, and that becomes the story we need to talk about as Georgia will do all the celebrations that you Alabama fans. And by the way, 11 years ago tonight, out in the desert.
Yeah.
So Auburn fans, you know what it feels like. Alabama fans obviously have wanted a lot recently. Georgia fans are now getting to experience it. But what's about to happen is a lot of these guys are about to be first rounders.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are going to be second rounders and third rounders. And Georgia's got to turn the page
It's what
next year.
Yeah, it's what Kirby had to do at Alabama. And he's had to do it at Georgia too. He just has had to do it after a national championship. And that's been the crazy thing about the Alabama run is how assistants turned over. Alabama fills up the first round of the NFL draft, and there they are right back in the national championship game. And that's going to be the expectation now for Kirby Smart too.
Yeah. I mean, I really believe, Alabama is a contender next year to be back in this thing.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think Alabama was a year away this year. I mean, I think it's a spectacular coaching job by Nick Saban to get this team here and to do what they did tonight, as short-handed at receivers they were, to still be in that game that late. I thought, all credit to Georgia for getting the win, but I thought it was a spectacular job Saban and staff.
What was it? They had the lead with 10 minutes to go?
Yeah, after the controversial fumble, controversial recovery, they hit Latu, and Alabama's got the lead.
Yeah. Honest to goodness,
5-point lead.
I did not think it was a fumble.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from where we were sitting.
Yeah. Well, watching the big screen replay. By the way, love this facility.
Oh, it's terrific.
Yeah. I hate the weather, love the facility.
Yeah, people are going to complain about the weather, and it has not been good, and we're about to go outside in it. And I think
you can't do anything about the
it's
weather.
like 17 degrees. This stadium is a terrific stadium, though. It's a great place to watch a game. I don't know if we'll ever be back here. LA next year.
I will never be back here.
You'll never be back here?
Not for a national championship.
Okay.
It's not on the date through 2026, so.
That's a bold statement on your part. Yeah. That is a bold statement on your part. But no, it's a fantastic facility. I really did like the stadium.
We're about to have more Georgia fans try to jump on the field here.
Where?
Right over here.
That is going to be a mistake.
One.
That is going to be a
First
mistake.
of all, I don't think he's athletic enough to make that 10-foot drop. Part of our show being brought to you by Adam Mestre, MD Realty. Thank you, Adam, for having us here.
Yeah, he is a good Birmingham guy, Adam Mestre is, and he knows that spring is the best time to be selling your home and put it on the market. So get ready now. Adam's got some great tips like declutter, depersonalize. Go get a storage unit if you need to. Give it a deep clean. them with the light bulbs. Make sure all your lights are working. We got great lighting right here, right? Make sure your lights are working there the way they're supposed to be, and that house shows the best it can. MDRealtyLLC.com. That's MDRealtyLLC.com. 422-0589, 422-0589 for Adam Mestre and MD Realty.
And also my friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. I hope you had a chance to get by Champy's today, 119, and stock up and enjoy the game with some great Southern cooking. Sterling and the crew there, Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken on Highway 119. Champy'sChicken.com. Tamales, all the great chicken sides and all that. You hear about Champy's Chicken every day on our show. We love it. You should try it out next time you're in there. All right, take this thing home here a little bit. Give me your takeaway. Give me one thought.
Well, I mean, I think this is an Alabama team that a lot of people feel like was a year away. And here they are in the national championship game. Sure, they lost. But I think if you're an Alabama fan, you got a lot to be excited about. First of all, you look at that defense, right?
Right.
Dallas Turner and Will Anderson. Dallas Turner and Will Anderson are going to be an absolute handful. Absolute handful. And you'll get some guys back healthy next year, like a Chris Allen. I mean, that defense is going to be scary next year. Christian Harris is really good in his final game at Alabama tonight. He had a game, but I think you're going to be really good defensively. At running back, the Georgia Tech transfer apparently has been killing it at practice. You and I were in a conversation with an Alabama member of the Alabama football program that is at practice every single day. You brought up the running back, and his eyes lit up.
Oh, yeah.
At how good he has been in practice. So, you're going to have Bryce Young as a trophy winner back. I think you saw some of the future at wide receiver tonight.
Should I be concerned about wide receiver in the future? Because I'm so spoiled.
Yeah.
And, I was looking for some of these guys maybe to have a breakout game tonight.
They've got to mature. Agiye Hall.
Congratulations.
Agiye Hall down in this end zone. It was just short of the end zone. Bryce Young, we saw it from the angle where we were sitting, made a spectacular throw. Defender, right into Agiye Hall's hands. He's right on the sideline in the corner. It's going to set up first to goal. That is a catch you have to make.
Yep.
If you're Agiye Hall and you want playing time, you got to make that catch. Yeah, he had a weird.
Weird. I agree. Trying to catch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Robert calling me out right here. He is accurate about this. Ryan saying people will complain about the weather like he hasn't been whining about it the last 3 days. I don't mind about it, Robert, but you're correct. I said people will complain about the weather when in fact I have complained about it. I'll own that. Yeah, but I don't know if you're worried about receiver or not. I think you got some good young talent there that it's got to develop. It's not Jamison Williams. It's not John Mechie. It's not Devontae Smith. It's not Jalen Waddle. But they got to develop it. You saw that quarterback throwing to him tonight. He threw to him pretty well, I thought.
He did.
Some guys that he has not thrown to an awful lot. And he was putting the ball on the money. Bryce Young threw some spectacular passes tonight to some guys.
Missed a couple, though. It wasn't perfect.
Well, the one
making it sound like he's perfect.
No.
That was a touchdown.
The one in the end zone right here was he was under pressure.
Yeah.
He was on the move under pressure, like you like to say. He was throwing off platform.
Yeah.
And
he's really, really good at that.
Yeah, really is. I think moving forward for Georgia next year, I think they're a really interesting team because so many people doubt Stetson Bennett. You got the whole Stetson Bennett experience tonight. You had him awful early, deer in headlights early. You had him with the weird fumble, turnover, whatever that was.
Next year,
then you had him playing spectacular ball down the stretch when all the chips were on the table, which is when he's normally been bad against Alabama. So I don't think there's any way you can replace Stetson Bennett if you're Kirby Smart. I think you still go Stetson Bennett.
Next year, Stetson Bennett's the quarterback.
I do. Wow. How are you gonna replace Stetson Bennett? He just won a national championship.
I'm going to ask him not to come back.
That's an interesting strategy. Interesting strategy on your part. Just ask him not to come back.
Yeah.
This is going to be a complaint coming out of this game here in Dunaway.
Alabama won if he hadn't got hurt.
No, Michael on Jaleel Billingsley. Too many chances tonight that Michael adds. Gave up on catches and blocks.
That's right. You can't have a guy who gives up on a pass. You trust him as a quarterback to throw it up, and you expect him to either go make the catch or fight for it so it's not intercepted.
As Robert adds, why in the world would he return? He's in the doghouse more than DJ Hall, and Robert's right. He earns that spot in the doghouse. The guy's a phenomenal talent, but he just can't, I don't know, just doesn't all add up for him.
Phenomenal talent shows up, right?
Yeah.
So
it does.
Phenomenal talent shows up, and I don't know if he's He was phenomenal last year.
Right.
He had potential last year.
Krista wants to know, how are we laughing? I mean, it's a tough loss. Look, but you're, as an Alabama fan, and I like that little logo, the Beat Georgia again there on Facebook.
No.
If you're an Alabama fan, not that you ever are okay losing one of these, but you have won so much. I think you look at this and you say, this team far overachieved where they should have been at this point.
That's right.
And I think you find some pride in the way this team played. Guys like Will Anderson, whose motor never stops, Brian Robinson, who is all heart, Bryce Young, the way he played down the stretch. Yep. I think you got to find the silver lining in this season.
And they absolutely never gave up, and with all the injuries, in the SEC championship game, you lose Mitch, you on and you win the game still. You lose Jameson Williams, you're still fighting for a win there. Throughout the year, you lose Roydell, and you lose other running backs, linemen at times. Just over and over, there was an injury. It seemed like every game that you were having to overcome. So I don't think there's any sadness that's going to have me in tears after this team laid it on the line and got, with 10 minutes away to win a national championship. They were in the lead. That's a gutsy effort from a team wearing crimson and white tonight. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think it was a gutsy effort all season long, really. I mean, this is a team that after Texas A&M, you would not have given them many chances to be on this field tonight. After 3/4 of the Iron Bowl, you wouldn't have given them much of a chance to be on this field tonight. Going into the first Georgia game, Alabama fans spoke their tickets. Georgia fans owned that stadium in Atlanta. Alabama fans didn't think they would be on this field tonight. Yeah. So I know 70-30 here tonight, Georgia.
Yeah,
fans.
I know it's hard to do this as an Alabama fan because it is about championships. But I think at some point you got to stop and say, hey, look, this probably was not a national championship team, and this team led in the fourth quarter of the national championship game. It's not a moral victory. Alabama fans aren't about moral victories, but I think it's realistic.
Johnston RV Centers, Wayne's, Culver's, Hemp Hill, MD Realty, Champies, and our friends at ATIX. Thank you guys so much for providing our coverage. We're live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. here local time, in about 9 hours.
We're live later today almost.
Yeah, in about 9 hours. So come and hang along and give us phone calls and some more comments in the Farm Folio chat room. And we'll talk more really about this game, but really start looking ahead to next year where Alabama should come out as the preseason #1 team in America and have a team to back it up next year. So it's been an interesting and fun week up here in Indianapolis covering the national championship. He's Ryan, I'm Jim. We'll see you tomorrow morning.